Hello, everyone. This is my 18th stewardship season, hard to believe. And I started by helping with the 2004 stewardship season, and now I'm helping with my last one before I retire, the 2022 stewardship season. So I've observed many things over these 18 years, and I have some parting remarks. But first of all, I want to thank so very much all the core, very active members of our church who have given generously all of these years that I have been here. And we actually also have some pretty inactive members who give incredibly generously, and your gifts are extremely important and greatly appreciated too. I have one myth that I would like to dispel that seems to carry on, and that is that this church has lots of endowment money and that we might not need your annual contribution. But the truth of the matter is that really our endowment funds for our needs are not enough. We have an enormous campus, as you all know, and to keep this campus in good shape requires a great deal of money. So rather than thinking we already have plenty of money, I need you to realize that really our endowment funds, particularly for the maintenance of our buildings, is not nearly adequate for our needs currently as well as upcoming. Now, there are two groups of people that I would like to gently address. And those are who may not be giving as much as you can, and those who are currently giving nothing at all. Some have said that the church, not just First Presbyterian, but the institution of the church, is one of the few, if the only place that exists in American culture where you can call yourself a member, but you really don't have any requirements that are enforced. Most organizations require annual dues, some kind of proven activity, or you're gently asked to no longer be a member. But with the church, you can consider yourself a member. You can have your wedding here, your children's weddings, your grandchildren's weddings. When you're sick, we'll come and visit you in the hospital. When you die, we will have your funeral. You will have Christian education, and yet you're not really required to give any money or even to show up and get involved. So that's just something to think about. There are some of our members who perhaps are giving less than they could. And there may be many reasons for this. Maybe they also believe that the church really doesn't need their money. Or maybe they don't approve of the way the church uses its money. But probably the main reason is that they don't understand just how much money it actually costs to run our programs and to take care of all of our many, many expenses. Some people too, I think, use service as a way to, as a reason not to give as much as really we need you to give to help the church out. And they say, well, I do all these things, I think I'll give less because I give so much of my time. But the truth of the matter is a healthy church has to have lots of involvement and generous financial giving at the same time. So if you're listening to this and you feel like you might be in this category of, I'm not giving really as much as I could even comfortably give for whatever millions of reasons you may have for doing that, or you may be one of the hundreds of people who consider yourself a member but are not contributing any money to the church's support. And you might ask, well, what would that amount be? What amount should I give? And I would like to suggest a baseline amount of $5,000 a year. Now that's not going to be the right amount for every single person, of course. There are many people who couldn't possibly give that much money. But as sort of a baseline of what if every active member gave $5,000, if they could, then our church could accomplish three amazing things. Number one, we would be able to comfortably pay all of our annual expenses. Number two, we could build up a reserve, which we desperately need to take care of this beautiful campus. And number three, we could give a lot more money to outreach. Just think if only 100 of our inactive members or non-giving members gave $1,000 a year, how much more money that would be that we could do with outreach. So it all kind of works out, and because so many people give far more than $5,000, some of course can't give that much and generously give what they can, but I give you that amount as a target to shoot for. It will be a great joy for me to see my last stewardship season be one of great abundance and generosity, and I thank you very much.